next movie up. This, in my last video, I talked about the movie The Class. So, I'm gonna also talk about another movie I saw in my French class. So, this movie's called Les Choristes, or The Chorus. And, ironically enough, Les Choristes has a similar story to The Class. It's about a teacher who gets hired by this, like, I'm gonna guess it's like a juvenile hall, like it's a school where the bad kids go, and he's assigned as a teacher there. I don't really remember what his position was. I saw this thing a few months ago. In this movie, he's assigned there, and what he understands, the staff is pretty strict on this class, on the students, and the students are also very they don't really follow the rules. Like, there are a lot more, they're really like, there's a reason why they got sent to juvenile hall. I mean, that's what these kids act like. So it shows mainly through the first part him trying to get to know the class, and like Freedom Riders, like this movie has a little somewhat in line of Freedom Riders. The teacher finds this one hobby that the class can do that makes them connect better to the teacher. Like in Freedom Riders, it was the journals. Like when they got to writing the journals, they got to know the teacher better, and the teacher and students got to, form a relationship. In this movie, it's singing. Like, that's why it's called The Chorus. So he discovers that, well, actually this is more in line of School of Rock, actually, when I think about it, because it's about a teacher who who makes the class form a chorus, because he learns that members of the class can actually sing. So he's teaching these students to, first he assigns each one their vocal ranges. Like, some were sopranos, some were basses, some were tenors, and and throughout the movie, it's him teaching the class, and also him dealing with other outside sources. Like, he has to deal with the principal, because the principal is like, or headmaster, whatever you call him, because the headmaster is like, he's very strict, and he doesn't really like the teacher's teaching methods because he doesn't believe in the chorus. And there's also other staff members. There's a parent of one of the main student. Like, the main student is the most troublemaking student, and yet he has the best voice, ironically. The teacher forms a relationship with the student's mother. And there's also another student who joins the movie who is put in there as like a negative impact on the group, because this student actually has the worst history, because what did they say? He was sadistic or masochistic or something like that. Masochistic. And he causes a lot of problems. Like, he was bounced around schools. And he's like the secondary villain in this movie. So that's the people he has to deal with in this movie. And also, this movie says that he's like a failed musician whose music never got played until, like, he met the chorus. So that's why he's teaching them the music. So overall, though, the movie, as much as I explained it, it's not that bad. I mean, it gets a little weird near the end, because I never really understood the ending, because the ending is one of the students from the chorus, because he gets fired in the end. Spoiler, I spoiled it already. One of the students runs away with him, and and then it shows the future with two of the students from the class reminiscing, and it sort of just peters out. Like, I don't really know what happened. I know, like, they tried to resolve some stuff. Like, they resolved that the principal eventually got fired for his strict teaching, which I kind of didn't really understand, because there was a mess up in the writing, because they actually made the principal sort of a good guy, and then there's a moment where he's like, I don't want your course anymore. Like, bam, he instantly villain turn. Like, there was no build up for his villain turn, because he actually was a pretty nice guy for like some part of the movie that they didn't really build him up enough to, you know, make the audience hate him. That was one of the problems. In fact, like the main villain of this movie for the most part was the troublemaking redhead student. I forgot his name. And even though he's like he showed up sometimes, he whenever he did there was, you know, animosity before between him and the school, and he's actually the cause of the climax in the movie in which like he actually burns like the school roof, and the burning the school roof leads to the teacher's firing. So in a way, the redhead student was a better villain than the principal, so they didn't really resolve anything with the redhead student. And what was I? Oh yeah, the movie overall. I mean, like, despite what I say about the ending, it's not totally terrible. I mean, the acting was fine, and actually, like the chorus music, it was pretty good. So overall, Les Choristes is not bad. I mean, it's definitely not the worst, not the best film about this kind of subject matter. Like, it's been done better in other movies, but for what it is on its own, it's a good movie.